Okay. Let's go, dude. Oh, nice head. You got some lips on you, dude.
I hope you like it.
Like how the castray bonked off of your head? So yesterday after our Danger Zone stream, I processed out, I tried to cut out like the idle time at the beginning where we were stumbling around trying to figure out technical issues. And I used YouTube's editor for that, and they're still processing it like 12 hours later or something. So. Pretty impressive stuff. There's a an abyss over here. You look in there. Hey, while we're waiting for people to pop in here, I must ask, what's the history behind Chappelle? What's going on there?
Oh, Chappelle. What's that called? There was like a comic. I don't know what the comic series was. It was like early or mid 2000s, and I don't remember what it's called actually. It's so long ago. It was like an internet meme or like comic thing. You know, all these Flash animations back then. It was one of those.
Well, Chappelle does seem like it would be like a sound effect that they would write out in a comic book. So
yeah, I think it was like some kind of Superman who can give people cardiac arrests or something like that. Something completely stupid. Yeah,
that's pretty good. All right, now we know. poLemin out here giving people heart attacks. Okay, so the real question is, who made this map? And I have an answer for that. So this is Market by ULTRAZION. And ULTRAZION is in all caps, so I really should have screamed it, but I didn't feel like it. What's up, Davey Cools? Welcome. First things first.
Hello.
Check out my world space.
Oh. That's a 3D skybox if I've ever seen one.
Seems pretty 2D to me, dude. I don't mean to be splitting hairs here. But that's a plane. Okay. So lighting in this map, at least in this area, feels a little harsh, like over here, where these lights are. I'm not sure if maybe one of them should have been over here to balance out the lighting, or
it's also blooming a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Like it burns into the white. I don't know what you would call it.
It also seems to get brighter if it's to the left of your view, and then if you look right at it, it goes lower, which is probably just a source thing, but
yeah.
And then there's a texture seam. So yeah, the map seems like it was put together very quickly over in this department. Like when it comes to art, maybe the layout was the main focus here. We'll see if we can come to grips there. So you like your palm trees from Dust 2?
Yeah, I guess those are downscaled cliff rocks from the Blackside map. I'm not sure though.
They appear to be floating.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of can't get into this corner. So I guess this would be a main contact point right here, yeah? I'm not sure. Oh wait, no. The CT spawn is all the way over here.
Oh my.
So we spawn in double doors, and we have to come out. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I like that because I don't know what the spawn points would be, and the last time we previewed spawn points, they stayed on there for years, so I'm not doing that again. But I have a feeling that you might have to walk around this just to get out.
Yeah.
And I'm also not sure if there's much of a reason. Like, I don't think this would be an angle to play around. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And something that also bothers me about this is that the double doors are directed in a way that it leads you out this direction.
Yes, and then you come
but
to
there's
a
just this
overturned truck.
Yeah.
Which has some
a police car.
Broken faces, it looks like. Some see-through stuff. But yeah.
So that's kind of misleading.
Oh yeah, I mean, the other component to this, it reminds me of Kaizen, where you are actually, like, for the most part, your view is super obfuscated. You can't really tell visually where you're going to go. So, especially if you're learning a map for the first time, and all you see is, like, one pathway, even if there's other pathways obscured by doors or walls. Yeah. Like, that was a complaint that I had of T-Spawn in that map, and it seems to be pretty similar over here. It's also, I don't know if that pixel gap is intended. Probably not. I think that happens on Dust 2, though. Something similar to that. So then we have this upper raised area. I like the, there's an interesting idea to put CT spawn in an area where they kind of have to rush to the bomb site as well, but I feel like I'm not sure if what the contact points would be.
Yeah, and I also feel like, especially this intersection, that T's could already pass this section before CTs can check it.
Yeah, I guess we can test out that timing if you want to run towards the intersection at 5100. So 2, 1. Yeah, I'm already on the site. So by the time you're able to use that access point, like, my brain was thinking that you would be able to, like, walk through a bit of terrain over here or something, like, just to get access to the area over here or something like that. Like, I just assumed based on playing other CS maps. But so, like, when I heard footsteps or whatever, I was like, oh shit, I gotta be ready for a fight. But then I saw you had to wrap around that whole, like, thing. I was like, oh, never mind.
I'm just chasing you.
Yeah. So that feels a little weird. Like, I'm not sure. I get the idea behind CT's wanting to have control over the inside area because it stops rotations, but right now the timing is such that they'll always lose out on a rush. Like, you can just hold W and get onto the site. Also, I think the area inside is kind of confusing with the paint textures being used for every single thing. For both of these walls, I would very easily get lost, I think, if I was running around over here.
In addition to that, we have 2 parallel paths, basically.
Yeah. Which
makes it even more confusing.
Although this parallel path does look very different, but it's used for the same reason. One touch I do like is that the footstep sound is going to be different depending on which one you're at. But it's not. There's not really a reason to use one over the other unless there's an actual gunfight over here. Like, that's why I figure this area of the map feels like it was meant to be an area where you have gunfights at, and that's why there's, like, the attention to detail with the sounds, and why there's the 2 parallel paths, and why there's the height difference. But unfortunately, based on timings, like, unless the T's crawl their way there, they're not gonna even see you, you know? So the CTs are gonna have to be on fucking speed to intercept you. And this also feels like there should, I mean, I know I was talking about a potential doorway or something, but maybe there should be, like, a squeaky or something over here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when I was coming up here, that this area is so spacious that I thought there would be a path somewhere, but a large empty area.
I think if there was some sort of connector to this spacious region, the other benefit you get is that if T's want to backstab through and threaten a flank, they don't have to go all the way to through this paint area outside into CT spawn and then wrap all the way around to potentially flank the defenders, and I think that would add a little bit more. Oh, I didn't know if you could even go in here, but apparently you can. Those windows are super transparent. Oh, beer. And coffee. Somebody's been mixing uppers and downers. So yeah, I would say so far this map feels... I mean, we haven't even really looked at the bomb site yet, but I do feel like with a couple of tweaks to the inner area and with the CT timing addressed, you would instantly have more interesting gunfights.
Yeah.
You know, you have a fairly generic, I would say, or maybe generic is the wrong word, but like a very standard long area to have long-range gunfights over here, and then you have the more... It's admittedly more spacious than other maps that I've seen, but it has like the inner that's meant for those mid-range, short-range fights with shotguns and stuff. So you get like a nice split of weapons that are viable. The only concern I would have here is that there's like absolutely no cover for either team to like advance if they win a gunfight or if they like damage somebody or flash somebody off. It's very much like this is the angle the CTs play at, or they play all the way over here, I guess. But either way, they're pretty much
timings, I don't think they will be here.
Yeah, you could do that. You're more open, but you definitely... So there's like maybe 3 places for CTs to peek from, if you count the upper area. And then there's really only 1 for the Ts to peek from. So you would want to create your own by like... Well, that's going to miss.
Yeah, but CTs come here very, very late. I think that's all. That's still terrorist territory here.
Oh, yeah.
And the gunfight will happen somewhere here.
Just getting rid of the smoke. So, if you let's do the timing check on that then. If you want a CT to long at 55-50, because that is a good point. Hey, you started before me.
Oh, 50. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
You said 55.
50. Yeah, 55-50. 45-40.
40. Okay.
Yeah, I'm already past long now. So the contact points feel really off. Like I'm basically ready to plant by the time you even get on the site to see me. So, or maybe it's the spawns. Like the easy way to fix that would be to add push the spawns further back for Ts, I guess, or push the spawns closer. So like CTs spawn maybe in this corner, or maybe they spawn over here or something. I don't know. It's weird because you want to give them access. This whole flank area that they have to go through, seemingly like one player will have to go through this flank area every round. Maybe maybe both players. Yeah, I actually think your strat as CTs is probably to have both players go this way and then just like play retake, even though the bomb site's right here. But retaking from this area, that seems to be the best way with the current layout. Whereas that's just because there's so much like you've got to account for going inner, because they could have expected you to push inner to wrap around and then like slowed down and flank you that way. The Ts could obviously just like full W. So like the map seems to have been constructed to give you like, oh, I can go into Squeaky and you know, have a weird angle over here. And this could also be for post plants, I guess. Even though you're not really in the site. Like, you can't really get a line of sight onto the area for the bomb plant. And the bomb plant area is really small. It looks like it would be all the bricks, but it's actually just the orange spray paint on the orange bricks, which is kind of hard to see, but it's just this area. It's like a small square. So, given that that's the case, it feels right. It feels right to me to say that this is a bomb site that has like had considerations put into the angles in some ways, and there's like a desire to... How did you even do that? I feel like maybe the clipping is might be a bit
the
off.
way you just jumped was the right one from here.
Yeah, there's no different... Like, I knew I was floating on this earlier, but this is interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's an interesting concept for a bomb site to have the ruined walls and stuff surrounding it on pretty much all sides. Obviously, clipping needs to be adjusted. And, I mean, you could even, like, lay into that a little bit further by having like there's these holes in the walls and stuff, and maybe if one of them faced towards T, a CT could actually hold this angle, like inside the bomb site. But right now, the timings are so off that even if you, like, we basically have to assume that the timings get fixed before we even start to analyze where you would want to play as a CT. And
I agree.
It's really hard to shadow box that because we don't know how they would be fixed, and like there's a lot of precise stuff that gets thrown out based on that. I feel like maybe the map also has a couple too many long, straight, and narrow paths with no breakup, like this going towards dumpster from long. Obviously, the CT wrap to the bomb site, and then there's two of those parallel paths in inner, and also the path that leads to those parallel paths from CT. So, thanks for the follow. I'm not going to say the rest of your name because I'm going to butcher it, but thank you. You know who you are.
Do it.
No, it's like El Pezito with an X. I don't know. You look at it. You tell me. So, yeah.
I don't speak French, so...
Oh, Zoto. I thought that was an E. El Pezotto. I like how you said I don't speak French. Unironically, that's something that I say all the time. I'll just like pick a random language that definitely isn't what people are talking about. I say, sorry, I don't speak Japanese, dude. I don't know what you're saying. It's pretty funny. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I hope that if this ULTRAZION guy is still around doing stuff, I think he's had some interesting ideas for the bomb site, like visually or whatever, but obviously it's pretty rough around the edges. And
yeah, I like that it's clearly identifiable as the bomb site, even though the actual planting zone is much more restricted than it should be. Like if all of that would be the site, that could make for some interesting gameplay.
Yeah, no, that's what I initially thought it was, because then it's like you can plant on like the very outer rim or something.
Yeah,
maybe
exactly.
behind cover or whatever. So yeah, I'm not sure if you have any other final thoughts on this map before we move on. I like that I can stand on the fire extinguisher and boost myself up. That's pretty cool.
I guess like timings are the main issue now. And then like you need to fix that first, and then you can go into like the macro level design.
Yeah.
Where you work on angles and stuff like that. But from our standpoint here, it's like really hard to judge what the intentions are.
Right. Yeah, like I was saying, it seems like there's some interesting gunfights that could be had, and then they're kind of thrown out the window by virtue of the timings being what they are. So, but there you go. So we're gonna try to load this map as our second map. It's Mostar. It's actually by a guy I know, Almaas, who's also responsible for Marine. And it's also his compatriot on this map. There's a two-man project, is Thomas. It looks like I was able to load in. I don't know about you.
I'm still in the loading screen.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure if it was going to even let you download it. Because this map has been turned to private. So I hope they don't mind us looking at it. Because I still had it downloaded. So what did you say?
I already had it downloaded before.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Right, I'm in. Just in the wrong team.
Okay. Let's hope that MP warm-up end doesn't kick you this time. We shall rule the day. All right, so wait. I forgot about this. Do we have this? I think we have the same Glock skin and AK skin. Is that right? Or we have the same Glock skin and something else. I don't remember what it was.
I also have the Safari mesh.
Yeah.
But I think I have stickers on it.
Yeah, well, you know, not all of us can be rich from Valve money.
Ugly stickers. So.
Yeah. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this is Mostar by Almaas and Thomas. This map was set to private because they were not. I guess they weren't comfortable with it based on them being. The time constraints or whatever, but I'd still like to take a look at it. I'm interested personally in this guy's in Almaas's work because I thought that his group of friends that tackled Marine ended up making, for one, a lot of changes. That was a map where I got to see a huge amount of change from like early drafts of the map that I played. Like it's almost unrecognizable in terms of like the theme is still intact, but the layout is so much different now compared to what it was. So I got to see that firsthand, basically, like over time, and I sort of grew interested in that based on that. So he's a guy where if I see his name attached to a map, I have a civic duty to check it out now. So I'm not sure if you've already looked at this map or not, because this does seem like it would have been one of the higher profile releases. So maybe you already have some initial thoughts for us.
I've also talked to Almaas about it a little bit. He gave me some more information that I can talk about when we get to those points. Yeah.
All right.
I think we can just start.
So in that case, let's try to hang on this left side area. The first thing that I'm going to say is that it doesn't happen too often in Wingman maps. I noticed that the T-spawn, in addition to CT spawn, but just specifically T-spawn, where the attackers start in what is horizontally the middle of the map. So if I take a left or a right, I can still get to the bomb site from here, right? Whereas a lot of maps, it's like you have to go straight or one path instead of it being like directional. It's not really that, like, what would you call it? It's not a huge difference compared to some other things. But I think it's interesting to note because, oh shit. Oh, I'm supposed to die here? I thought that would be a path. Okay. That would have been epic. But yeah, there's, I got scared because that chicken peeked me. There's some interesting things that happen when you make the T's have to take a left or a right that don't happen when you're just going straight or taking like a path, one of the two path changes. So I just wanted to point that out because now we can decide, like, basically it makes us make an active decision as to where we're going instead of just holding W, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
And I feel like that makes the player on a more subconscious level, like, engage with the map a little bit more, so with the layout. So now that we are on the bomb site, I mean, we didn't really talk about this approach so far. I guess I would say, not knowing where the contact points are, it seems like maybe you'd be fighting around this angle.
Roughly, yeah.
And maybe
I think you just can push up to here or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay. So if you're gonna come out here, you almost want to, like, a full nade set or something? At least like a flash and then to come out afterwards?
Yeah. I fall back, something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's it's not reasonable for me to throw that flash over this tunnel and also be the one who peeks, is my thought.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I guess I could do this. I would be in roughly this position when it blooms if I was full W, or full, like, WE or WA. But you almost need a supportive flash to clear this angle, is what I'm thinking. If you want to make a pick, you can flash them off and then aggress afterwards. But
yeah,
if you want to make a pick and you want to actually play around this, you need coordination, which is interesting. You don't often get an opportunity to. At least I find it's very, like, I've been playing retakes a lot lately, and there's no coordination. Like, I'm trying to, like, position myself to space out and trade somebody, and they're just, like, full W running with no regard for where I am. Or if I'm the entry and they're like right behind me, they just, like, sit there and watch me die and then go out and die too. So, like, there's pretty much no coordination in public games, unfortunately. But I like the idea of, like, facilitating tactical play. I'm just not sure what you would want to do if you're the solo player, especially in Wingman where there's, like, there's so many paths but only two people. I'm not sure how you would leverage this position in a solo way, besides, like, you know, very conservatively flashing and then peeking afterwards.
As a T, no.
Yeah.
Or as a CD.
No, yeah, I'm saying, like, as a T, I'm not sure what I would do.
Yeah.
You know, I would like flash over and then full W out, but also there's some clipping issue over here, I think. Well, I don't know. That happens to me so often. I find, like, one clipping issue and then I can't reproduce it. Whatever. So yeah,
what you can also do is, like, flash this side
and peek with it.
Peek with the flashbang in your back.
Yeah. Because it forces them to look away, otherwise they will get flashed. So if they are over there. Even though it's like super obvious that the flash is going out, they have to look away because of the mechanics. So yeah, in a situation like that, it's there's a couple of different things that you can do with utility. I like that you know, instantly you're seeing like utility is rewarded. I'm just not sure if there's maybe that pathway just isn't the one to go if you're not if you don't have as much utility, or if you don't have as much coordination.
Similar principle applies onto this route though, where you have this wall.
Okay.
Where your teammate can flash over, or throw nades over, or whatever, and you can utilize that to.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what the timing would look like, but I assume you would at least be at this position before they can peek you, or the CTs can make any contact with you. And at that point, they'd probably be making noise, so you'd probably hear them. So the idea of like somebody throwing a flash over here, like somewhere up there, and then me peeking out, makes sense. There's also a I don't actually know if that's even head level. Let me see. Yeah, it's about head level. As a subconscious little marker is the texture right here. It's probably accidental, but still pretty cool. I like when maps have that reminder. I mean, technically that's all over the place, but since this is an angle that I'm actually going to be peeking, it's nice to line up. It lines up with that texture as well. So pretty cool. But anyway, I do like this angle in general. I think this is kind of cool to fight around because you can isolate just the left side of the site. And I'm sure there's some lineup that your supportive player from spawn could throw to like smoke off the left side, so that you don't have to worry about anybody peeking from like the riverbank position or whatever you would call that. And so you could clear the box and clear the left side or the CT tower side. And then you'd have to worry about somebody like lurking right here in this position. But that's what the flashes are for, I guess, so that you can push out after you've cleared a couple angles. Or you can peek with the flash and see. My main concern is that when you come onto the bomb site, right? Like, there's a lot of one and done positions. Like, this one's actually more safe than it seems, because if I kill one guy who's coming out from this spot, odds are one and done positions are just disproportionately powerful on Wingman because you only have two people. So if you one and done one of them, they have to push out and trade with you, and ideally you've positioned yourself in a way that you can be traded back. So as a result of that, like, I guess this position... Can you see me at all if you're, like, do you have to basically come into my view in order to see my model?
No, I could see you if I was aware.
Oh, really?
But it's just the side of your arm.
Okay. So maybe that's not as big of a deal. Here, you try doing that so I can take a look. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so you have to really be on point, or you just flash out and hope that works. But yeah, so I think with a couple of flashes, you can take this site, and I think the smoke to block off anybody who's aggressively pushed up over here. Forces them to go back to the upper side. The downside of this smoke is that it can almost turn into a one-way if they position themselves on top of the crate. So I imagine this area would probably be like spammed a lot. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would work out fine. One thing I will say is that it's not clearly defined where the bomb site is. It's this inside area, but there's nothing visually distinct about it besides the fact that it's a bigger like square. So that would presumably that's something that would be hopefully somewhat easy to resolve, maybe like darkening the bricks or something.
Yeah, that would be enough.
Something subtle that still maintains the theme. I'll say that the theme is very clearly like, you know, you've got the cobblestone, or not really cobblestone, but like that era of when I say cobblestone, I mean like the actual roads that are cobblestone, not the map cobblestone, but like you've got that like old timey Middle Ages feel going on, you know, the old world sensation of walking around and looking at this kind of thing, and that's pretty neat, I think. You know, it's just a couple of more modern things here and there, but...
Oh, look at that.
Oh, there it is. That's Marine, dude. That's funny that it's they did the sepia vignette thing. So we haven't looked at this passageway at all yet. What's up, Rolled? How are you, dude?
I rolled.
So it looks like we jump up onto the car, nuke that ladder, and then run in. Okay. I wonder what the timings are for that. Here, I'll be CT if you want to jump in and we'll go at
ready when you are.
Yeah, 47:55 here. We're just going to that upper area. Curious. Because I've got to go up these stairs. Okay, so I'm around this area. I didn't do any jumping. There is this stuff. Actually. So you need a boost to get onto this crate if you want to, and then you need another boost to get up there from the crate. So yeah, you need a 3-player fucking boost on a wingman map. I would say that maybe that isn't necessary, but I guess this is mostly as a spot for you to hold as a CT, more so than it is for platforming, obviously. Yeah. But I'm curious as to what might have been. Maybe they, yeah, I don't know. With this angle over here that we were just seeing, I feel like it's got that long vibe of long-range duel, except the contact point is close range.
Yeah.
So it's almost deceptive in that way. Whereas if you really want an actual long-range duel where the timing is a bit more even, this is where you would be. Like, you'd be out on the outside area. And shooting chickens. And missing chickens. There we go. So, this is where you would actually want to be with an op. More so than you would want to be, like, in that apartment building. Unless... Like, the thought process that I had is maybe you could boost up there, but you need another boost after. So maybe another box stacked on top of this box, which obviously kind of interferes with some angles. Well, not really. This box is already really big. But if there was a box on top of this box that let you jump up, it would still be 3 jumps because it would be a jump onto the boost guy, jump onto the... Well, I guess maybe not. Can you just walk up onto this without jumping?
Yes.
Okay. So in that case, yeah, you jump onto the boost guy, jump onto the box, jump onto the new spot. Oh wait, can you just crouch jump up there?
Nope. No clip.
Oh, okay. You confused me. Fucking jumping wizard over here. I was like, wow. What are you looking at?
The sun.
I don't have a sun? Oh, there it is. Oh shit. I shot it.
Yeah, so the thing about this hotel area up here is that, as you said, it's kind of deceptive that feels like this long corridor, but the contact point is actually around this corner.
Right.
So if Ts want to have control over this area, they need to do it right away. Otherwise, they risk getting caught off guard in this corridor, which is painful.
Well, not only that, but the CTs have pretty long... Like, I think the issue is that if the CTs had a way to boost an opper up here or something, it could throw a really interesting tactical wrinkle into the plans. Because if you can boost the opper up into that crate that I was talking about, if you can find a way to do it elegantly, then you can suddenly get up here and actually be in a position to like peek this angle as they're coming up, as instead of like, because you were right here, that second shot area, when I was right here, basically. So Like, if I can get up here, like, 2 or 3 seconds faster, you might still be, like, just off the ladder. So, I think that would be one way to add a little bit of, like, teamwork to the map. Because right now the T's have a bit of teamwork in that they can throw, you know, some utility for each other. You don't really have anything else for even really the T's to do, because like I don't see any boost spots. I'm assuming I can't boost over this like imposing wall here. Looks too high. I mean, I guess you can boost onto this crate, but that's not very useful, obviously.
Can challenge someone who's up there.
Oh, interesting. So yeah, it actually is useful. There you go. So if they happened to be holding.
Say again, sorry?
If they happened to be holding from the back hall area, back hotel, could be interesting. Man, you have no idea that that's even a spot if you're if you haven't played on the CT side or on the T side rather.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty funny. I like the grenade idea that you're having, because you definitely could do something like I assume you're just doing that jump or that run throw. Like you could double nade this area to kill anybody who's rushing out. Could be pretty epic.
I feel like it could be shortened just a little bit. I think it's a tad too long. The entire corridor here. And make this area here bigger.
Oh, okay, so like...
So timings would be kind of the same, but it wouldn't be as punishing to use it later in the round.
Right, I know what you're saying. Well, it would still be the same amount of space, right? Because you're still climbing up the ladder and...
Yeah, but it's segmented in a different way. Like you're safe for a longer time if you're down here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you could get killed. You're in more dangerous territory when you're in this corridor. I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, how do these chickens keep coming back? Hey, speaking of chicken, an altar to chicken right over here.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
Love it. You know I'm a chicken fan.
Still waiting for snow chicken on Frostbite?
Yeah, so what I really like about this tower, actually, when you come back to T-spawn, it's a minor thing, but I really like it because in Wingman maps it's very easily utilized or used, that you can see the objective right away.
Yeah.
From here. And you clearly see, okay,
that's our goal.
Tower.
Yeah. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, well, it's a little bit harder for the... Hey, this is Rolt's new profile picture on Discord.
Yeah.
But it's harder for the CTs to also see it, but I guess they are right there. But I like the idea that both teams can basically just be like, oh shit, that's our objective. Let's go. I'm not sure how I feel about the this little interior rotation. It feels kind of maybe this is what they were talking about when they said that they felt a little rushed or something, but it doesn't feel like it was worked into the map's thematic. And I mean, ultimately, it's just like a set of rooms, right?
Mm.
So this is just purely for rotations. I guess in theory, no, I can't spam out. Yeah. So this is really just purely to get you from one place to the next. Oh wow, all this stuff has grenade collision. The bars over here.
They don't have collision?
No, they do. Most of the time, stuff like on overpass or whatever, you'll get you won't like it'll pass through this stuff, I think. Yeah, it passes through everything up here, but not up this. Oh wait, what? So it'll pass through the vertical bars, but not the horizontal ones.
Oh yeah, that's common practice actually for these models.
I think the same. There's actually still an issue that happens on overpass with that. There's like 1 or 2 random bars. Well, I think this map is actually, pretty well put together when it comes to the art. There's some really interesting angles and fights. It seems like it would be pretty fun to play. Might be a little bit too large for just 2v2 in terms of like some of the pathways and open areas. Like most wingman bomb sites are probably like half the size of this, for example. So there's a lot to take into account. And that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but it does mean that you need to have more map control as a CT. You basically you need more information to figure out where the enemies are coming from.
Yeah, weirdly enough, there's very little cover on the bomb site itself, so the safest thing for CTs to do is to push into either of the choke points and gain control of it, and then you can
retake
work
from aggressive positions. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's an interesting wrinkle to throw in. Like, a lot of maps don't have that functionality or that gameplay, so it's pretty cool. But I would say for sure it makes a bit more sense to. It might make a little bit more sense to shorten some of the paths, or at least the hotel area, like you were saying. I think that could help. I think maybe providing a slightly more cover, but I don't know how you would do that without it being to make sure that it's still like as impactful as it can be, basically, However, that's just my idea because I like to facilitate as many kinds of gameplay as possible. If the gameplay thematic of this map is meant to be that you have to go and push, I think that's still really cool as an idea. So, yeah. So if they are still interested in updating it, they have our takes at least. Pretty cool stuff.
One last thing before I show you something on this map. That I wanted to mention is the lack of verticality, especially in the contact points. You are down here. There's like a little bit of this little ramp. That's the only verticality. Otherwise, you play on even ground.
Yeah, you have to boost yourself up, basically, if you want.
Yeah, the same applies for this contact point in the middle, and also up here. Everything is just straight on one level.
Yeah, there's more that could definitely be done there for sure.
Utilize this balcony a little bit more as a CT, but it's really hard to get up there in time.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could defend from this position because you've got a line of sight over there.
Yeah.
And onto that. And so you might even want to like play back in here. This would be a really powerful position if you've already killed somebody over here, because then you can hold both entrances, or you can isolate just one and then wait for them to come on. And the T's admittedly have a lot of room to plant the bomb and stuff, pretty much anywhere they want to isolate certain angles. But yeah, I like that idea, but I do agree that the one very heavy vertical difference should probably be easier to access from the CTs, especially since that would also resolve some timing stuff. So yeah. So what were you going to show me? Do we have to go inside the map for this? Oh shit. Is that a cat?
I assume so.
Oh, it doesn't light up, so.
Flashlight when?
Funk vehicle. Nice cat, in my opinion. Wait, where did we just pop up from? Oh. Epic. Here, I thought you were going to be like, listen, man. Let me show you something that's going to change your whole conception of this map tactically. Here's an epic move you can do, and then it's just a cat.
And you can also distract people by knocking on the doors.
Amazing. All right, well, that's pretty cool. Thanks for the cat, dude. So we have another one. Of course, we never have any shortage, we'll say. In fact, do you think we might? Oh, we are over halfway, apparently.
Ooh.
Apparently, we've been over halfway. I thought I was going to get excited and say we might be, might soon be over halfway, but we already are. It's pretty cool. Oh shit, this is a hostage map.
Oh my, what happened here? Oh, I'm on the wrong side.
Sup? What's going on, sunglasses, man?
That reminds me, right off the bat, it reminds me of Rust from Modern Warfare. I don't know if you've played that one.
I have not. What is it? This thing that is reminding you of?
The central pipe kind of factory element.
Yeah.
And the desert theme. Stars are enormous.
Of course, dude. The map is called Stardust. So not to be confused with the other Thomas that we just looked at his map in Mostar. This is by SirThomas and Xayir. So it's a two-man operation. Not sure what's up with this. I guess this is just a fuck spot. I guess there's only one hostage, or?
Yes, I would assume so.
Okay. Oh man.
That's disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, it would probably be busted since you get to see over. But
yeah, but you could also jump then on the containers and stuff like that.
You could if they actually allowed that, but they did not. Come on, guys, let us jump on the roofs.
So maybe since it's hostage, we should check it out from the other side, like from CT spawn.
Yeah, that would make more sense. Oh,
So
what
the
has
story
happened
here
over here?
is, yeah, story is this helicopter crashed, 2 CTs survived, and they need to get out the hostage now.
Dude, what? This helicopter is like 2x the size it should be, I think. Holy moly. It's a big helicopter. Okay.
Oh, or they arrived with this car. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. One of them was a survivor, and the other one was an arriver. So right off the bat, we have some interesting geometry, because I can go around this area.
Mm.
And you know how much I like small changes to pathways that allow you to completely pivot. Okay. See, that's... It even looks like I should be able to, because you put a tarp there.
Like, jump here.
Yeah, it's like, check this
Jump
out.
with me, I'm the tarp.
Yeah. Not only that, but it's like, it's because the tarp is placed in such a way that it's like the same position you are horizontally. Oh, beer.
Beer?
Well, some kind of cold drinks. Dude, honestly, I can already tell you, I've already started thinking about all of the epic things you could potentially do if the map allowed you to jump on the high ground, and I'll never be able to think about anything else. Oh look, here's a tarp that you're supposed to be encouraged to be
Perfect
at.
language.
Yeah, dude. I'm also kind of like a little miffed. I don't know if this is the only area where you can gain access to the interior, but given that this is such a central piece visually, it feels like for example I should be able to boost you up onto that ladder. Honestly, like, but that's not possible.
It would be fun though.
Yeah, it would definitely be fun. I don't know. I can't say that it would be good for wingmen.
Didn't
especially.
Vertigo have that in 1.6?
Which map?
Vertigo.
Oh,
they had like
probably.
this ladder room that you couldn't jump up unless you had like really good movement, but you could boost up onto the ladder and gain access to CT spawn.
Yeah, well, there was also that old one where you could jump from like one area to. Wait, was Vertigo a hostage map at one point? I feel like I'm remembering something wrong.
No.
Oh no, I was thinking of like a psychotic bomb plan or something. There was some move you could do where you could jump out of spawn and into another area if you fell just the right way as T. And that basically gave you like free access to a spawn point or something.
In 1.6?
No, this is in the original CSGO version.
Oh.
So I don't
remember.
I can make that jump from either side. And okay, so you can get access to this. So this is the jumping puzzle that lets you go over here. Nice that we at least have one jumping puzzle. Come on now. But this looks so like I'm getting mixed signals because some cargo containers I can jump on. Some things I can jump on. So that would be like my first major complaint. The other one is a bit more subtle, I guess. It feels like the art direction isn't very consistent. Like colors in particular feel really
there are
all
a
over
lot
the
of
place.
Colors.
There's like the orange, yellow light, the green and blue tarps and stuff. You got some color, some really vibrant colors out here with the light and stuff, even though this isn't gameplay space. So that's kind of distracting. There's a barrel over here. I'm not sure what. It doesn't seem like it's used for anything. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, you knocked over the camera, dude. Can I? No. Yeah, actually, the layout is not that large. So having all the verticality that we're looking for probably wouldn't hurt the map, honestly. It's not like it's a really big map that where if you add another level to the experience, it like completely.
Yeah.
It's like becomes too big. It might still be too big, but at least it would be workable. What were you about to say?
I like that you basically have two main paths, one on this side of the building and one on the other side of the building. But then you also have this little jumping puzzle to get up on the high ground. But that either takes a lot of time or you make a sound cue if you mess it up.
Wait, you're actually able to get up? Oh, okay. I figured it out.
But I think you're quicker if you do it from here.
It's more reliable to do it this way, yeah.
Because you can jump up here.
I do like the level of freedom that you have in that area, and that's why it's so confusing that things of the same height level are seemingly arbitrarily kind of blocked off. So
I wonder if it's really necessary that T's can crawl up here. I think it would be an interesting change. It would be an interesting change if the ladder wasn't there and you had to boost up onto it.
Yeah, or if you had to find some other jumping puzzle to get up there. Like maybe maybe there's a way for you to get up to the red container over here, and then from the red container you can jump here, and then maybe like have the ladder moved, a half ladder moved over here that you can either boost on or jump from place to place. So I guess a simpler way to do it would be to allow you to self-boost up onto these barrels, and then from there jump onto the ladder, the half ladder. And I think that would be beneficial, so you either choose to boost or you choose to get yourself up there. And in either case, you have a bit of options. Oh wait, it's a hostage map, dude. Sing.
No.
I agree with that, gentleman. Makes a good case.
Destroyed all over again.
So yeah, for sure I think the map should be opened up a bit more on the vertical side of things. The problem that I can immediately see from that from a gameplay perspective is that you can't account for all of the different angles, which is why map control ends up being important. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you would really do about that. I think the angles that do exist already are kind of flat, similar to what we were talking about with Mostar, where a lot of it feels very like there's not really that much verticality. It's pretty much all one height level or another, you know?
You have at least a few objects that you can jump on and change your angle just a little bit. But you're right, it's mostly on one level, but I can also like elevate myself here a little bit.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, even over here, there's like props that you can use. It just feels like there's nothing more global.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole area over here would be really cool to fight around. If we could jump up onto this crate from the tarp and then jump across, like walk across this. And like, I guess you'd have to remove the ladder because you probably don't want to add this whole area. But
that could be a cool alternative to this indoor route. Interior route. I
really like the walking around in the interior of this area from the actual compound, and so the more things that are around that height level where you're sort of leveraging the verticality, the imposing vertical nature of the map's centerpiece, basically. You're able to like wrap around it. I mean, I personally would just go fucking crazy with stuff like that. Like, I would allow you to walk around on this like catwalk area over here. I would try a few things and see at least if there's anything in particular that feels really good. If there's some stuff that just feels like it's doesn't add much, and you don't feel like reworking it, then it's fine. It also seems like there's a decent amount of tactical depth available with the grenade holes and stuff. So, seems like you can support your teammate. It also seems already like maybe it's... I don't know. I'm not sure how satisfying it would be to play this in just 2v2. Like, I feel like especially if you decide to add a couple of more spots or whatever, a couple of more vertical angles and more movement, more freedom of movement, you could probably just bump this up to 5v5, honestly. Even though it's a really small map. And then it would just be really fast-paced.
Yeah, like especially if you give more opportunities to gain high ground or like be on top of objects.
Yeah.
I think it could play really fun. Like maybe not really competitive, but definitely fun.
Well, yeah, hostage is hard to make competitive, especially if you have a more traditional layout where the CTs are the ones who have to charge with the more expensive equipment. Like, you have to do a lot of inventive things with the game mode if you want that. But at least in a position where, like, the Ts have to like, that's one of the areas where I don't actually think it's that big of a deal if there's a lot of verticality. Is because the CTs basically need positional advantages to have their engagement be balanced in the first place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the CTs need to be able to almost like mind fuck the opponent over and over again. they don't need, like, that's not the only way that they can have it be balanced in their favor, but that is one way to do it. And so giving them a lot of options and forcing the T's to kind of push out for map control is probably a smart idea, because otherwise they're basically just camping or
similar to what
whatever.
Mostar did, basically.
Exactly, yeah. Having them encourage the defending team to push out. It's probably pretty reasonable, I think. And there's I don't know. There's a lot of
with
oh, sorry, what?
hostage. It works even better with hostage, this principle, because if you push forward and you fail, then you're actually in a good position to defend for the hostage to come back to the rescue zone.
Yep. Yeah, that's an area that's like an underrated aspect of it. Like if I was going to make a more traditional hostage map that didn't have any crazy hostage spawn zones, or you know, the Valve style, if you will, like the default assumption style, where it's similar to diffuse maps, I would specifically try to do something like have the like encourage the the defending team to also be aggressive, so that you have that like two-phase gameplay where if your aggression doesn't pan out, you don't meet anybody, you don't see anybody. There's still a lot of gameplay to be had in the defense of the rescue zone afterwards. So, yeah, I think there's a lot of potential there. I still think that, like, aside from obviously the vertical angle that we talked about, the main issue is just that the map is very busy visually, and I have a hard time adapting to like where I am. It's almost like there's so many details all over the place that everything feels like obviously everything is not the same, but because everything has a decent, like a really large amount of details, it's kind of hard to know where I am, basically.
I think, in my opinion, detail-wise, it's fine. The problem that I have is the mix of colors.
Right, yeah.
If they color-coded the areas a little bit better, it would be beneficial to the map. Like, streamline the colors a little bit.
Yeah, because here on this screen, I've got red to my left, blue straight there, and then green down here. And it's like, I could be anywhere on the map right now, because that's a fairly common principle, that there's just a bunch of colors all over the place. Whereas if you had like red for the crates by the hostage, blue for the crates that the CTs look at over here, that are already blue, but like maybe have these be white or something, a more neutral color instead of it being green, and then have this green wall be either red or blue depending on what you want, and then that one be red, I guess, so this one would be blue. And if you're gonna have like yellow be a thing for the hostage specifically, maybe have this tarp also be yellow or something. I don't know, there's a couple of different things that you could do. Like this whole interior kind of has that yellow overtone with the yellow tarp over here and the yellow tone on the walls, so that could be this room in terms of its main color. I'm not sure if there's like a theory that people have put, or a formula that people have put together, but I would imagine it's like a primary color, a secondary color, and a neutral color would probably be like your trifecta for most areas. So you would decide like, here's my primary color, it's red, and then my secondary color is, I don't know, like a less potent, less vibrant color. Maybe it would be yellow or something, and then your neutral would be like beige or gray or something like that. I also like that this map is a nighttime map. I forgot to mention that earlier. We definitely need more of those. People just assume that you're never going to have proper visibility, but I mean, this map has tons of lighting, so I think that would be fine. I've been chapowed.
They also did a pretty good job utilizing the standard assets. Like I think most of the assets here, I think the helicopters, the helicopter might be custom. I'm not sure, or the pipes here, but generally, I spot a lot of standard assets or stock assets. Yeah, but they're used very cleverly, very elegantly, actually. Apart from the color issue that we have.
Well, yeah, it's like the tarps that cover a lot of the crates and stuff. Yeah, kind of makes everything feel like it sort of belongs, colors aside. So I will say that there's like a graphical bug where the smoke from the fire is going through the pipe, but I don't even know if that's possible to fix in source. No.
No.
I guess you would just have to remove the pipe entirely on that side if you wanted to
Yeah,
fix
you
that.
can't even do custom particle effects. So
Oh, you wouldn't even be able to like hard code it
Yeah.
and make it so that the particles animate
Yeah,
in a
you
very
can't change
specific way.
the particles. They're
Well,
given to us by Valve.
holy moly.
That's all we have.
That's fucking insane. I can't believe you guys can't do custom particles. Holy shit. Alright, well, with that revelation. Oh, dude, this looks like an area I should be able to jump into. I mean, it would be pretty... Well, actually, this would be super useful as a camping spot for a sniper afterwards if they push in. Dude, give me this. And it even lines up with a line of sight over here if you give them this.
Ooh.
So I'm just saying, man. It's like they knew that they had opportunities with their map. They did all... Maybe there were some areas of testing or something, but... I just imagine, like, there's so many different nuances that you could be unlocking. You just have to improve visibility, obviously. What's up, Titaman? Welcome. But yeah. Guess that'll be that for this map. Rude. Merge. Okay. You'll like this one if you haven't seen it already.
I have.
I detected a little bit of a concern.
We shall rule the day. They shall regret this day.
All right. So this is Eiffel by Jew, and that's not Jew, the nationality or whatever. That's J-U-U. And you were talking about a tower that you can see from the start of the map to know where your objective is. Well, I guess we know over here.
Objective.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that we could just decide to say fuck it and walk through the mud. Oh. Holy moly. The bomb site's over here?
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing.
What?
You have this enormous, imposing Eiffel Tower, and then you have this small plant zone to the side of it. Which is, if it doesn't make sense, really.
Not only that, but it's like misdirection. Because you think you're bombing the tower, but you're just bombing one of its supports. Like, that's what I would have assumed, is that we've got to bomb the supports. But...
Yeah, and in addition to that, like, everything over here is playable still.
Yes. So that's
But
the other
not really
problem here, is
necessary.
that this map is enormous in terms of, like, distance traveled for wingmen.
Feels like DE Lake times 3.
Yeah. I also don't know where the CTs are spawning. I assume it's by the police car. What did you find?
Trees have some issues.
Whoa. Dude, that's exactly like, I mean, it's not quite as bad. Or it's worse. This is worse than what we had before. But these fucking possessed trees, holy stretch. But they also, like, it was exactly what I had experienced on the shadows of what the fuck was that map called? It was, holy god. It was that Asian map that hurt my eyes before we reviewed Guard. There's so many details on it.
Overly detailed one.
Yeah. I'll just look up and find it. Hold on.
Was it Hanok?
Yes.
Something
that's
like
the
that.
one. So yeah, Hanok had a pretty epic tree issue. Okay, so I think the CTs are spawning here because this is where the police car is, but it doesn't show up on my map. So I'll just bot add CT. Where do you go?
Oh, over here. I mean, there are police cars all over the place.
Well, fuck me. I don't know then. This one
Maybe
looked obvious because it
this entire
busted through
stretch.
the fence thing.
Yeah, maybe this entire stretch is CT spawn here.
Yeah, just add more bots and see what happens. No.
They all spawn here.
That's unfortunate. Hey, there's 4 spawn points, dude. You don't see that every year. Actually, I think that's normal, but if there's not 40 spawn points, then what is the point of playing the map? To be honest, this asset seems like it might have come out from an older game or something. Like the texture resolution is pretty low.
Yeah.
But maybe that's true. Oh, maybe this is from Vertigo. No, it's too high poly for Vertigo.
The cars on the ground.
Yeah.
It might be actually.
No, those ones don't even have like they're not even 3-dimensional. They're just cardboard cutouts. Like they have the sides that are, what do you call it? Like you only see like half of the car basically. The other half is an empty face. Also, I can't walk over this.
Yep.
So that's pretty bad. I mean, not that these are really meant to be gameplay.
This maybe from Assault. Are police cars in Assault?
I think so, but I don't remember if they look like that. Either way, like this map has a lot of pretty areas, we'll say, tree issues aside. But it's so puzzling to me that you spawn in and you just go right, and that's where you go. Like, look at all this.
Yeah.
Look at all this. It's crazy.
Like,
oops, sorry.
Yeah, I'm just trying to verbalize what I'm thinking. This entire area underneath the tower and everything here and this little park they don't make any sense. Like, they're unnecessary space.
Superfluous,
really.
yeah. Like, you never have a reason to go anywhere over there, really.
Yeah.
But you think you do when you spawn in. Because you're looking at the giant Eiffel Tower, so...
Yeah, you're like, oh, I sneak over here.
Yeah. And then your team yells at you. Well, your team of one other person. But, like, hey, what are you doing? Bomb site's over there. It's also kind of disappointing that they have this, like, compound of random buildings. Well, I guess just this building. And you can't even interact with it. It's completely walled off. Well, I guess you can use this ladder. Oh, no, never mind. You can't.
You cannot?
What a
That's
prank.
a bummer.
the one thing that you might have had. And then the bomb site is like, it's not even really fully marked as far as like when it starts. I can plant all the way out here.
Oh, it's over there. Well, there's an X.
Yeah, there sure is. But I can plant so far away from the support, which seems to be what we're supposed to be bombing. I imagine, unless we're bombing this like box or this little crate.
There's also ammunition.
Oh shit! I love ammunition. Yeah, honestly, I'm at a fucking loss for this one. This bamboozled me.
A little bit, yeah.
The water reflections look alright, actually.
I think
Mud.
this map would be just as good with just a fifth of it, or a fourth quarter.
Yeah. Well, the sad thing is, like, I can tell that attention, like, effort went into placing all, like, the park areas and stuff. They're probably the visually the most interesting and the most epic parts of the map, really, or the natural organic ones.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else feels like it was, it's just a flat piece of terrain with no, like, some props. There's not really that much going on there.
Oh.
Like, feels like he forgot about it or something. I don't know. But clear, like, the thing that gets me is the clear, like, if you want to call it a gimmick, the conceit of the map, the reason for it to exist is clearly so that you can have the Eiffel Tower in CSGO.
Yep.
But then you don't interact with it.
Surf.
Yeah, you can surf on the supports, I'm pretty sure.
Nice.
So yeah, pretty crazy stuff.
That was fucking cool.
What, that we surfed into each other?
Yeah. Through each other.
Yeah, dude. Speed boost.
Epic analysis moment.
So, I mean, aside from giving us surf spots, I'm not really sure what's there. Like, I'm not even really sure what there is to analyze about the bomb site area. Like, you spawn pretty much on it as CT, and then you get this one boring choice of walking in a straight line for like 5-6 seconds. Or you can walk to the area over here to hold this angle. But either way, you get to your position a lot sooner than the T's are going to get to you. So the T's are going to walk over here, and you're already going to be posted up either there or like over there or something. So, okay, you need to throw smoke. And maybe maybe the two. Oh, actually, yeah, that's it. You literally just throw. That's your exec, and then you plant the bomb.
And then I come with the
And then
super
you
far
walk
point.
all the way around.
Wait, maybe even here.
I would not be able to hear you. So the tree bark, yes, so the leaves don't get in the way of grenades, but the little boughs, branches have collision.
Yeah.
This one doesn't even. Wait. After a certain point, this one stops having collision.
Yep.
Which is a bit odd.
Probably jump onto it. Oh yeah, I can.
Wow. Reasonable.
Best after plant position.
There we were. Charlie was everywhere.
Nice. Despawn is mine.
I don't even think we would be able to do that unless we had the solid teammates too. I guess you can. I don't know. It's not really worth investigating, I don't think. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Like, there's not really that many interesting angles to take or to fight around.
Yeah.
It feels pretty straightforward. You throw your two smokes, right?
Oh shit. So that's something cool. CTs could boost onto each other and then gain access of this sideline here.
Okay.
Or even here.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't know who would
Yeah, because you
who
have
would want
this
to do that.
large open flank here.
Well, it'll take them like the round will expire before they get to that position, dude. Don't worry.
Tees in the trees.
Tees in the trees.
Ooh. Yeah,
simple.
I don't have anything further to add.
Yeah, me neither. It's a weird map, but at least it had the Eiffel Tower in it. At least to prank this. At least tees and trees. So we got more. Always more. Let's check it out. I don't know if any of the other maps that we've got lined up here are wait, didn't we already do offshore? Oh wait. Yeah, I did. I just didn't delete the original version. All right. Got confused there.
Let's go, my friends. Let's go, let's go.
Oh boy. All right, so this is Combat by BADemon. How do you like some combat, dude? Dude, that surface is apparently super bangable. I guess the whole thing probably is. No? It's only this area. What a way to mark a wallbang spot. So the
Oh, it's
CTs...
marked from the other side too.
The CTs spawn literally right here.
Huh?
And the bomb site is right here. I'm stuck. It's over. So can this not open any other way? I guess not. Well, anyway, you can try to recreate that by going into the corner and then closing or opening the door. Okay, I guess I just suck.
Door stuck.
Interior crocodile alligator. I don't even remember what that guy said. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't open both ways, but alright. Guess it's at least predictable, but you should probably stop players from having a door stuck moment. Textures feel very plain, so
Yep.
not much there, but some nuke windows action.
It's weird. This feels more like a bomb site here than the little room that you just crawled out of. Like this has the classical bomb site assets.
Yeah, the
Like
bio,
the spiral
the
box
sort
and
of
the
biohazard
biohazard.
stuff, the missiles, and then in here it's just a 5.
5.
Yeah, a 5, and some vertigo boxes.
I like some of the movements options though. Like here, it's not just a plain jump onto one box, jump onto the next box. You have to like switch directions, which makes CTs that want to push aggressively here very vulnerable because they need to not only jump but also face away from danger.
Yes, and on top of that, you also have to like adapt your angle as you're coming out, so you got to be really snappy if you want to kill somebody who's holding.
So that's probably to discourage CTs from pushing. In addition to the door stuck door
Yeah.
that opens your way.
I mean, at least it's predictable, the door, that is. Like, you can pretty much always know. I'm not sure about the wall bang spot. It feels a little gimmicky, but I also don't really know if you're ever really encouraged to sit here.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't make much sense.
like, why would you sit by the door if the door is just going to push you out of the way or stuck you? So I'm not really sure why. Like, I imagine maybe the thought was that that's going to be a camping spot. So allow you to be spammed through, but...
Like, you can't even play it as after plant because you can't plant the bomb here, right?
Yeah, so it's not even like I could plant the bomb and then spam from there.
Yeah.
So... I'm also not sure about this window being here, because the after plant position would be what? You'd... Like, even if you plant the bomb right... Okay, you can plant the bomb right here. But even then, I'm pretty sure that... Like, unless you're standing on this crate, you can't shoot a guy who's, like, crouch diffusing, so... Or I guess you could stand on this crate. But you can't... Wait, that is bangable? Oh, never mind. It's only in this, like, very specific area, because there's... a crate in the way. It's weird that this isn't bangable, but that side is, if you shoot at the right stuff. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be a rhyme or a reason. But, yeah, it just seems a little odd. I guess this would be like, if you have door control, you can plant here. Well, you can plant here even if you don't have door control because of these barrels. I mean, like, the worst that happens is that door opens and then the guy jumps up on the barrels and shoots you, but... So that seems like a really safe plant.
I do like, though, how satisfying it is to jump through that window. Whoops. I say it and mess it up. Damn, I can't replicate it now. That's embarrassing. Yeah, there we go.
The analysis curse, dude. Not sure what's up with this angle.
Yeah, it felt like a path because it's so deep. It's such a deep corner.
Yeah.
I don't think it needs to be that deep.
Oh, then on top of that, like, I'm pretty sure this whole area is not... We spawn here, but aside from taking a left instead of going straight, there's not really much value into this whole region. Like, if we spawned here and we took a left or a right, I think it would make more sense, and then you don't even need this area. Because it's not like it leads out... if this connected to another part of the map, if this was actually a path instead of a deep corner, and there was an elevated position you could go to by going past this truck or something, then I would see some value. But unless you're trying to bait the CTs to push at you, I don't see much of a value in doing that. So, yeah.
I'm also not sure about the theme. It says the name is combat, right? So
Yeah.
maybe it's like a storage for weapons or something. Like you have this. What's it called? This thing here. I don't know what it's called in English.
Target, bullseye,
Yeah.
target range, shooting range, something like that.
You have some explosive boxes here. You have the chemical waste over here. Like there's something going on with that theme, but
Yeah, it doesn't
terms of
feel
the
very uniform.
architecture.
Feels a little all over the place.
yeah,
I feel like maybe
the architecture doesn't really represent it well.
Well, I feel like maybe combat was just sort of like... It's like naming your map kill. So maybe there... I don't know if there was a theme or if he just wanted a map to shoot people on. So. You know what I mean? So I don't fully know.
Maybe.
I can't reverse engineer a theme based on what I'm seeing here.
Yeah. Ooh, source water.
Source water? Oh, wow, there's like a fucking tropical thunderstorm going on over there. Holy shit. Maybe that's why it's blocked off from view? I don't know. We got 1.6 terrain over there.
Nice.
Clowns.
Billboards.
Sorry, AIDS.
Yeah, and as you said, the texturing is a little bit basic.
Yeah.
Generally, level of detail seems to be in a fairly early stage.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, the other thing is too, like usually if there's a compelling aspect of the layout, we can point it out regardless of the art direction. Which is like I like the fact that you can throw grenades in here to clear them out if they happen to be over here. But what I'm confused about is mostly like I don't really see where the CTs would even want to hold, and there seems to be a lot of areas, even if they're small areas, like the deep cubby over here, and then the truck area over in T-spawn, that just don't feel like they justify themselves. Like they don't... There has to be a reason for everything to exist, you know, and I can't really tell what the decision-making is. Like this jumping area has that nuance of you having to be really exposed to danger if you decide to boost yourself up there. And that's like an area where it's like, okay, we can come up with a reason that probably happened, but I can't really do the same thing for everything else. The map's also very harsh to look at in the interior zones, where it's like this harsh green or harsh red light.
Yeah.
Or over here, it's like a harsh yellow light in T-spawn. So.
Bright.
Yeah, the contrast is ramped up. Doesn't seem like you can jump up onto this either. Okay, with a boost. Or with a poLemin. That's gonna be a thing in my map analyses now. Like, oh, maybe if you're poLemin, you could make that jump. But us mere mortals. All right, well, I think we've deconstructed that one enough. I don't know if you have any final thoughts on it.
No, I'm good.
Okay. We got a rocket map now.
Ooh.
I only hope that
Is
we're
it
running
space?
around inside a rocket while it's on fire in space. Doesn't look like it.
That was a quick download. Oh. That's not the soundscape I was expecting.
Yeah, dude. All right. So, this is Rocket by Mathis. We have a bit of a theme going on already. We're the Pacific Islander terrorists.
In
I
the
don't know
Russian
what that
jungle.
flag is.
It looks like Albania, but the eagle that's in the middle is just a square. I don't know. I'm confused by the jungle theme and then the Cyrillic
It's Soviet era stuff.
text.
They probably did actually have some outposts in some Pacific Islander stuff, but that's just a guess. I can't be sure. Hold on one sec. Okay. So yeah. Just pouring myself a drink real quick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not beer. Sorry to disappoint.
Oh, there's a turret.
Can we use it?
Ooh, and then
Funk vehicle?
Funk vehicle. I wish. No.
That's like the snow speeder or the snowmobile in Sub-Zero, where if you look at it from an angle you can't normally see, it says Funk vehicle.
Does it?
Yeah.
I only know that you can like turn the engine on.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Where's your turret? Oh. I see. Your arch nemesis.
Yes.
Also, the soundscape disappears when I just push W.
Oh, it's just back here, yeah.
It's very loud back here, and then you just push W a little bit and it vanishes.
Perfect for the freeze time to set up your strategy.
Yeah. Everybody's yelling like they're on land. I don't know about having a green sign that says ramp access and then not
Yeah,
allowing us
I
to use
immediately ran towards the door.
Yeah. Door also seems very small. I'm getting frigate flashbacks or whatever that map was, where it was I think it was frigate. It was the name. Oh, and then there's a control room in here. So actually, if I go back out here real quick, it seems like we're going into whatever science dome that is, like whatever facility. And I like the fact that we can kind of see that as a T before we get in. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we have more. This time, this is like a faded green sign, which I think would be better for color-wise for the other one, so that it's like inactive or unusable or whatever. This area feels very spacious. You can only plan inside this box.
Okay.
Trying to see if you can jump up and elevate your position. Looks like you can, but your options are kind of limited. Pretty much only have... Yeah, I think you have 2 ways up, and that's it. Unless you boost. I think maybe I can make it on top of those, like, computer boxes. Yeah, okay. So there's 3 ways up, at least. But it feels like a lot of the cover in this area is disconnected. So, like, segmented in weird ways.
Yeah, it feels like an arena, like a aim map arena almost. Where the angles are very straight. Most of the time, like, face-to-face engagements.
I do like that you'll at least have a pretty decent amount of... what do you call it? Like, there's this central upraised area that forces you to adjust your aim, and then you've got a bit of cover that's unique to that area in terms of the height level there.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, it's cool that you can use this platform as either an elevated position or as like half cover.
Right. Yeah, there's a ton of jumping stuff that you can do over here, which is pretty cool. I would just say that maybe... I'm not sure how you get up here. This seems like an attacker position. So, hold on, let me go back.
Ooh, that's very bright.
Yeah. Wait, where am I? Okay. Oh, this map is actually really big compared to what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so in T-spawn, like this actually feels almost like if it was a little bit brighter,
Here.
it would be a bomb site. Or something. Like it's very, very roomy.
Yeah.
And then I guess you can jump up over here. Oh, I have that fucking skybox bug with water again. So the CTs spawn on the pier. And they have this thing from, I forget what the AR map is called.
Shoots.
Yeah. Alright, so this position is actually a CT position, but you can... It's also a contact point if the T's go this direction. Right?
I love how this room feels. Very moody and also feels pretty Counter-Strikey in a sense. But like classic Counter-Strike.
Kind of reminds me of like the old CSGO cache, in a way. Oh, there's no collision on these barrels.
Oh no.
I was trying to jump up on the crate.
Well, you can still make it.
Yeah. Correction, you can still make it.
Can do it.
This is like a really evil position to catch somebody flanking.
This one is too.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. I feel like this room could be a little bit brighter. Really hard to adjust your eyes from the bright exterior to this dark interior.
I think that same is probably also true over here, but because it has similar wall textures inside compared to outside, it's a little bit easier for me because I'm not really changing everything I'm looking at, whereas this map has almost nothing in common with the outside, like when we're walking in.
Also, this is the important room because there's the bomb site. It should be lit up as such.
Yeah,
comparison to
emphasized
the other
a bit more.
areas. Yeah.
I guess this area over here where the ramp access door is probably just to give the like another angle so that you can a sort of complementary angle to the upper so that you can face upper as you're coming in. But I don't know. It's difficult to say about anything else. Like what the angles would actually be, because like we were observing over here, it feels very... Like the cover feels very much like aim-mappy. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it does stop me from immediately thinking about where to throw grenades or anything like that.
Yeah, that's one of the problems too with the entrances to this area being doorways, that you can't really throw utility from afar.
Yeah, there's no like window or anything like that. There even it's almost deceptive, because if we come out here to this ramp access room, the entrance to it has all of these holes, and this is something where like in Dust 2 or something like that, you just start throwing grenades through it or whatever.
Exactly.
And obviously they don't do anything in here, so it feels like I mean, I'm not really sure what the solution to that would be besides having windows and stuff, but it feels like you kind of need to provide enough space to come in as a T so that you can then, once you're inside here, start throwing utility, right? But the problem is, I don't know, like, I mean, obviously it's going to be hard for me to figure out some lineups when I'm inside here, and I don't really have anything to go off of, but like, it's also really not safe. Oh, I see you brought a friend. Wait. Oh, wait, hold on. Fuck. Trying to cover the bomb, dude.
Oh, nice. It reminds me of this air hockey thingy.
It's possible, for sure. Fuck. Oof. What a whack fucking physics object it is. Oh, doesn't work at all, but whatever. Wait, can we... Is there anything else we can interact with?
Yeah, there's a second one somewhere.
Okay, well, that's unreasonable. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the cover needs to be a bit more welcoming for the Ts so that they can actually leverage a utility. The other concern, though, is that if the map stays like it is right now, it's very difficult to, like, I can't even really flash myself in here without, you know, actually throwing a flash. And then from there, like, even that's not going to actually flash anybody, but from, like, throwing a flash in, it looks like there are these windows up here, but I can't throw, I can't, like, break them. And even then, it's like they would only be useful for throwing grenades out of, not into. So, it's rough in that respect. I don't know how you would fully take control of the silo or the warehouse area, whatever this is.
Yeah.
Garage, according to the call out.
What I do like about this area, though, is that you have possibilities to fight over the high ground position from multiple angles.
Yeah.
And you can push it directly through these catwalk stairs. You can also circumvent the entire area by going through the...
Yeah, and you can go through the CT angle, right?
Yeah. It's really feels unique, in a way.
Hey, I found another traffic cone.
Nice.
It's mine.
I'm too fat. Why can't I go through here? Is there glass? Oh.
That looked way more obvious from outside, so you looked like a complete idiot, but that's pretty funny. I saw it on... I didn't see anything on my screen when I was on the same side as you, so... That's pretty funny, though. Yeah, what else? I'm not sure if there is anything else.
The
I don't know, it feels rough
in
some ways.
incredibly small.
Wait, what'd you say?
Like, the buy zone, if you look away, so the...
Oh. Yeah, it's also pretty small for the T's, too. Holy moly. MP buy anywhere, 1.
Yeah.
I imagine that means that you only have 2 spawn points. What did you say?
The theme has grown onto me, though. I kind of like this. Like, it feels... I don't know. I'm not sure about the Cyrillic, but generally this this facility inside of jungle feels pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
Little
definitely a
bit
unique theme in that respect.
chain spondy, but in a good way.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think we've had a facility in a jungle in CS, so. Pretty cool stuff, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. It's, interesting.
I think it has some cool elements to it. Just seems a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, I can't plant at a bomb site where the bomb's already planted.
Is that an actual error message?
No, it just says C4 must be planted at a bomb site.
Oh.
You do it.
No.
Oh, I thought maybe it was because I planted it already. You know what that means? We've got to get one of those bots over here. Where'd you go? Oh.
What are you trying to do? You want to put the cone on his head?
Yeah, hide the body with it. Oh, never mind. Vanished. Well, I suppose that's that map. Interesting idea thematically. Probably need a bit more facilitation of utility, and maybe to make the cover a little bit less aim mappy, but yeah, aside from some timing concerns, I don't really think that there's too much to worry about. Once the layout gets changed in that respect, it could be an interesting map to revisit for sure.
Yep.
So, yeah, cool stuff. But the only rocket is here, down under a tarp. Yeah. So what's up with the name, man?
Oh yeah, it's called Rocket. Forgot about that.
Yeah. We're gonna go take a vacation.
Ooh.
Let's go, my brothers.
Getting control vibes.
Skybox.
Oh, yeah, nice plane, dude.
So who's that map from?
Vaccine is by Dutchcrazygamer, who's a pretty cool guy. But he forgot to put more than 2 spawn points on his map.
Ooh.
He forgot to put 20 plus spawn points for each team on this map. All right, this looks to be a big and maybe even complex map, but let's see what happens. I like that it's on the water. Reminds me of Offshore, the Cocopelli map that we looked at a while ago. But this is very much like a darker one. These trims are very eye-catchy. The green ones, I'm not sure about that.
They've been vaccinated, that's why they're glowing green.
Yeah. Were they vaccinated by the Hulk?
So right off the bat, everything kind of looks the same.
Yes.
There's the same wall texture everywhere, the same beams and the same lockers.
And the lights are very dominant.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bloom or whatever that is. So we get into here. There's a sliding texture in a tube.
Is that the vaccine?
So it's a circular bomb site.
There's also no soundscape on this map.
You have to make your own soundscape by jumping. This is.
And we still have the echo from Eiffel.
Something happened over here.
I just see a cube map.
I see it's very low res for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, same thing happened over here. What?
And some violent door opening.
Oh, you mean how quick it is?
Yeah.
He made it so that it doesn't even squeak. So you only hear the dun.
Yeah, it's too fast. Quick.
It's weird that there's all these other doors that are marked, and then you can't interact with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's an area over here on the bomb site itself that's like this, where they even have colors to make it like stand out even more. But you can't interact with either of them. So I guess this is CT spawn. Okay. Yeah, I would say this whole like left side of the map that we're in right now is pretty visually similar to itself. Yeah. And even this like main foyer is pretty similar. The only area that feels really distinct besides the outside of the facility where T-spawn is this area right here, which is good because it's the bomb site, but then there's also this really large open area outside of it, like where I'm standing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Seems a little bit too large.
Yeah, it feels weird because it's not like you can use it for a post plant. There's not really any cover or anything like that in there, so...
Sink also feels a little bit too high. So it gives you a weird head peak.
What happened?
Test. This sink here, like the sink area, is kind of high. I don't know how I would interact with that faucet.
Dude, this is for giants, obviously. The vaccine gives you at least 1 extra foot in height. Some terminals over here. Yeah, I'm not sure what the vision was going into this map. Like, I'm trying to reverse engineer. The circular bomb site with the pillar in the middle that you fight over is pretty tried and true in CS. So there's precedent for it. The thematic, I guess, is tied together where it's supposed to be this, like, you know, there's a lot of processing stuff happening, but I do feel like maybe... Yeah,
but
I don't know.
You only feel it here, like in this room. Other than that, all of the other rooms and corridors feel so generic. That's really hard to make sense of the theme.
Yeah, so the concern that I would have there is that, like, you know, you've got this, it looks like there's, like, vending machines, lockers.
Yeah.
So there's actually some stuff in here that gives you some idea that there's stuff that goes on, but then there's not really any other, like, a door or anything else that would imply that there's something else, like a meeting room somewhere. Like, you could probably, if you did an art pass over here and didn't make it interactable, but had, like, a transparent room inside here that was, like, a meeting room or something that might tie things in together a little bit more.
Yeah, something like that.
You'd probably have to have, like, stairs or a ramp or something instead of it being upraised, because nobody would actually be jumping around in real life to get it up to stuff, but...
I like the idea with the lockers and the, like, this special suits.
Yeah.
But this doesn't really feel like a locker room. Like, I wouldn't like to change here.
Yeah, that's true as well.
While someone else is buying his water scoot.
What a reasonable name. I like the fact that this is upturned or whatever, but it also feels incredibly convenient, I guess.
Yeah. Feels a little bit gamey.
Yeah. So some way to work that into the theme a little bit more, or like make that feel a bit more natural, I guess. So yeah, I think the main concerns we have with the map's visuals and stuff are like mostly targeted at the areas that feel very similar or areas where I'm not really sure what's going on. And most of it is like the stuff outside of the bomb site. I think even the bomb site could also be improved in that respect, where we could make some of this stuff feel a bit more believable or give it like a more obvious purpose, I guess, because I'm really not sure what all the computer terminals are meant to be or what these tables are meant for. Like the allocation or the choreography of the area feels very strange. Like, I'm not really sure
I can't imagine what a workday would look for someone who's like working here. Like maybe this central area makes sense. Like you have these multiple desks that you can work with, and then the consoles. But the faucet over here is so far away, and
if you ever need to clean,
the terminals up here are fairly inaccessible. So like pull everything just a little bit together, make it more coherent in a way.
Yeah, and also maybe finding a more graceful way to fill in the space over here so that there's more things going on.
Yeah.
It's like, I guess what I'm searching for is like ideas to make the area both, like the whole map, both feel more coherent, like you said, from a thematic standpoint. Like things make sense. The story that's told by the map is like you can reverse engineer what a day would look like for working here or something like that. But also making it good for gameplay, because I feel like right now the current layout doesn't really show me anything gameplay wise, and also doesn't really show me anything. Well, it shows me some stuff for both, but it doesn't really fully deliver, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
On either a gameplay set, it doesn't feel like, okay, the story was secondary or the theme was secondary because we have gameplay to focus on, and like the layout was the main focus. It also doesn't feel like the layout was secondary to the story or the thematic. Which is like, if you remember, I thought that Control had that kind of issue where there's a lot of attention to detail in the visuals, and a lot of effort went into having that be the case. But then we didn't really have that much. Like the functional layout felt very awkward, and like it could have used a lot more effort, basically. So we don't really have that dichotomy here where one of them is clearly prioritized over the other. At least for me, it doesn't feel like one of them is more successful than the other. We'll say.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
I think first step, as I said, would be tying this room together just a little bit, bring all of the covers closer together, which also makes it easier to read or easier to play gameplay wise, because you can rotate between covers more easily.
Yep.
Because right now, if I'm here using this cover, I'm kind of done once I'm spotted. Like I can maybe retreat to this corner, but apart from that, that's it.
Yeah, see if you can spot my model from where I am, from where you are.
Barely.
Yeah, but then if I ever pull back, it's like a lot easier, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's a really awkward thing to be using for cover anyway, I feel like. So
it's a little large.
It's large, and it's also like, it feels like maybe it was purely designed to crouch behind, but then afterwards there's nothing to do next, So I like the grenade window, but I'm also not really I don't know, there's a lot of areas where it just doesn't quite come together. And I think the trims are interesting because they're very different than what we've seen before for trims, but it also feels like maybe they make more thematic sense here because there's a lot of green in general, but outside they clash pretty heavily. There's like another example of where it was maybe incorrectly leveraged. What were you about to say?
I feel like there's generally a little bit of a problem with cover height. You explained this one here a little bit, but also this one here doesn't feel... It does cover me completely, actually, but it feels very unsafe because I can still see where the end of the cover is when I'm standing right next to it.
Yeah, it's like a more
doesn't
subtle...
feel very safe.
like visual psychology thing, basically. But yeah, I know what you're saying.
Exactly.
I feel kind of the same way, that like intuitively this feels a lot safer because it's extending further up. So
I feel like neither of those two covers that we talked about feel like Counter-Strike covers.
yeah, that's a good way to describe it as well. Feels like maybe if I were smaller, it would be more like proper cover, but I like the fact that it's a circular bomb site. I think that that's kind of neat. We don't see that too often.
Yep.
So it's something that this map has that's unique about it. And I like the pipes. I think maybe you could even lean further into the pipes that are up here. You could probably also allow maybe some of these windows to be like broken by default, so that some grenades could be thrown through. From outside, I guess, because that's the only way you would be able to access them. Oh yeah, I guess you wouldn't even be able to access them from outside anyway, so your lineups would be absurd. But it feels like the CT versus T zones are color coded, and then this like connector area is like a faded yellow compared to the T area of the brighter yellow. So at least there was color coding happening here. Like the red is the upper, bright yellow is, or vibrant yellow is the T entrance, and then over here is like a faded yellow for the connector, and then we got blue for CT. But
I wonder if this entire area here with the faded yellow is even necessary.
yeah, I mean, admittedly, I haven't really been able to even wrap my head around what a CT like hold would look like.
Yeah.
I do feel like they would. Maybe if you just took this green area and connected it back to CT instead of to the faded yellow, then you could have one guy enter in from there and another guy enter in from the sink area. But yeah, it's hard to even think about it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but then again, you would have the problem that
There's too few options.
Terrorists can only play the bomb site. They cannot play the flank. Like it would need some kind of connection here.
Right, that's another thing that we were talking about in Control, is that the map had the problem where you had to push through the bomb site or through CT territory in order to actually flank them. Whereas at least there is a flank available now, but it feels very lengthy and also very similar visually, so it's hard to experience it,
and not very exciting to play either. There are multiple problems with it. It also doesn't feel like a flank because it's actually one of the more spacious rooms. And flanks are usually a little darker, tighter.
Yeah, it almost feels like the flank is the main road in or something, just in terms of space.
It's also the first route we ran in this playthrough, like kind of dragged us into that.
Yeah, well, it's because when you come into this connection, which is what you would like, if we go all the way back out here, the lighting difference is very noticeable. Like I think I might have even spawned in a way where I didn't even see that area because I might have been facing this angle. So there's stuff that there's a sign in here, there's lighting, and then when you come in here to this point, there's more lighting over here than there is over there.
Exactly.
Yeah, so a lot of subconscious tells that made me want to go here first before I went to the bomb site itself. And the fact that it's also bigger doesn't clearly communicate that it's meant to be a flank. So hopefully this ends up helping Mr. Dutchcrazygamer. He's I know he watches the content, so I'm sure he'll catch it at some point. But yeah, I'd love to see what he ends up doing with this map if he ends up working with it some more.
Yeah, I hope so. I think it has some really cool or really interesting bits and pieces.
Right.
They're just floating around a little bit and need to be tied together. Some of them reconsidered.
I think that's a pretty simple way, or a straightforward way to sort of close out the analysis of that map. How are we doing on time? What do you think for I don't know how much more you want to do. Or if you're done for now.
2 more.
Okay. I can do that.
Or actually, let's do 3 and stop it with Calavera.
I was just about to actually ask you if you wanted to do a bit of a change up here, because I think
Let's do 3.
his username is Avernus, but or on Discord, but I think he's krimzonko. Oh no, maybe that's somebody else. I don't actually know. Somebody was asking me about doing Mildew though. I wanted to bump that up.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can do Mildew and then Calavera if you want to do 3. And we can do the one that we're loading into now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Oh, I automatically went on to CT side. There we go.
So one problem here right away is that it seems like there are only 2 spawn points on CT side at least. So I spawned in the middle of the map in the void, which might be a problem for people who reconnect. Because once they reconnect or once they disconnect, their original spawn point becomes invalid.
Oh, right. So you can't like the idea is that if you reconnect, you can't respawn in the spot that you had spawned.
Yeah, you would spawn in the middle of the map and be stuck, which kind of sucks. So always make sure that there are more spawn points than there are players possible.
Yeah, I think it should be at least 2x, right? In case all 5 players somehow disconnect and then reconnect.
Exactly.
Just to get rid of that edge case. So this map is Logres by MFW. My face when. And right off the bat, interesting thematic. It's like a broken down cobblestone or something, but it's not. The art direction is not so much like cobblestone that it makes me feel like it's just a copy or something like that. It feels somehow he's already got me feeling like there's a different take on it. Like I think maybe it's like the church area over there.
Oh, it's also the unfinished look or destroyed look, whatever. Like it's either construction or reconstruction.
Right. The concern I guess I would have initially is that it doesn't do a convincing enough job of stopping me from thinking I can go over here. There's even a look over there. There's a beast.
Oh.
Maybe this is part of a larger map or something.
Maybe it used to be.
Yeah, like maybe he cut away some areas or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, that kind of threw me off. Yeah, there's all sorts of like things that seem to be playable areas. But interesting.
Very low FPS when I'm here.
Oh, really?
Oh, it might be the vertex animation.
I have 200, 250.
Oh, it's just when I look here. Something in this area. Weird. It's fine everywhere else.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that issue myself, so maybe that's a more niche issue. But one of the things that I really like about the A approach over here in this room is that you get this, jump up area. I think that the vertical elevation, the way that you get up is a way that we don't see very often, where it's like this tight little, it feels very wingman-y.
Yeah, it feels a little bit cramped.
Yeah.
Could like the boards could be a little bit wider, but generally I like it.
Yeah, I think this stair thing could probably be pulled out a little bit wider, and the boards could be a little bit wider.
Yeah.
But maybe like 1.25 times wider, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
And I think then that would be...
Not much room for error.
We have a sort of similar thing going on over here with these 2 boards being the way up, which might stop this from feeling as unique, I guess. I don't know how heavy or how frequently that kind of method will be used. Ding. So the bomb site is lower and upper, including boards. The little approach up there.
Activating the bomb.
Yeah, it looks like I can plant it basically everywhere. Elevation-wise.
Oh, that's interesting.
Can't plant up here, though. Oh! Oh, I can. But not... I would say maybe the borders of some of these objects probably shouldn't be able to be planted on. I'm not sure if you should be able to plant on the ramp up either. But I like that you can plant upper. So if you have like total site control, somehow you can plant upper, and then that's like a super vulnerable position for a CT to try to defuse. So I kind of like that. Was trying to cheese a plant on that area too, but didn't work out. Yeah, so it looks like the approach with the boards is used pretty much everywhere. But the solid board that's used to get from T-spawn to A is pretty cool, and that seems to be very unique. Just feels like maybe that was leveraged a little too frequently across other areas.
I wish there was some variation. Like here, you have some terrain to change your elevation.
Yeah.
But the boards seem to be used a little bit too frequently. Could be some stairs as well, because it makes it hard to paint a mental map of the entire area. Like I can't really. I don't know what's going on with the layout in my head.
If you want your mind blown even more, get over here.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
I think I could probably boost you up here too as a CT.
Yeah. It's a nice element.
Yeah, I really like that. Even though it's just a tiny little lake area, it feels like a nice enough change. Maybe it should be even further out though. Like maybe it should stretch all the way out, so that you can just jump over it, or maybe there could be like some boards, dare I say it, that allow you to walk over, like make a makeshift bridge. But I like that. I would like to see more water in that respect, just because I think it's a nice visual marker, sort of like what you were just talking about, where it's hard to paint a mental map. I think if you have more of that kind of dominant, unique element, it would be really cool.
Something I'm also struggling with in this map is identifying what is gameplay space and what not.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the corners look the same with these broken off bricks.
Yes, the
I
shapes
can't
are
tell,
really
like,
foreign. Like the shape of the
if you stand
architecture.
here where you are right now, you don't know if I can, like, is that an angle where I can approach, or is that an angle where I can approach from?
Oh yeah, true. So
Like,
it's
in
not
this
like
case, it's
immediately
not,
clear that this there's nothing gameplay wise,
Exactly.
whereas over here it's a little bit.
And then there's also this little hole that's fairly well lit, which is non-playable area, but
But it should be.
cool.
Yeah. You can throw grenades through that.
Flash yourself.
Well, I didn't say you could throw good grenades through that. I just said it's possible. I mean, it doesn't really. It's not like there's any sense to do it because you can just throw it up. But I like the idea of being able to, leverage stuff like that. I don't know. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely think that I don't know. It's weird because I really like some of the ideas of the layout, but I feel like the visual setup doesn't do it justice. Basically, the theme is very different than other maps. I'm mostly concerned gameplay-wise about the spawn proximity. You can end the round in like 5 seconds, basically. Because
Oh, I didn't see that at all.
yeah, because you spawn here as a T, and then you can just walk up here and meet the CTs over there. Admittedly, I don't know. Like maybe one thing that you could do to change that is tighten up this choke point here and make it a squeaky door or something where you have to make a sound cue in order to make something happen. Because then you have to give away that you're taking that fast shortcut route.
Yeah.
And then the team can react.
Or break some boards.
Yeah, break some wooden boards if that's something that makes more visual sense. Like it wasn't Paro. What was the Dupa was the map that had that.
Dupa, yeah.
So if either team can leverage that, it makes some sense, I think.
Or one-way destructible.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be one way in this case, but
Yeah. One more thing about this map here, which also makes it hard to draw the mental map, is not only the architectural features that we talked about, that there's this excessive use of the boards instead of other ramps or stairs, but also color-wise, everything kind of looks the same.
Yes, that is also true. You could even have this be changed just by taking some of the lights that are around the map and having them give colored lights instead of just pure white. I guess it's like a bluish white. But you could do like maybe a reddish or a yellowish around the bomb site, and then have a different gradient going on for other areas. Like maybe most of them end up being bluish white, like we currently have, or some of them do. But I would say some of them could be a little interesting.
Yeah. Could also be some variation in the wall textures, because it's basically the same texture everywhere.
Yes.
Which makes kind of sense for what it is, but in gameplay wise, or level design wise, it's hard to remember certain areas because all of them look the same. You could use a different like a darker brick or a painted brick in some cases to fix that issue.
Get on this roof.
Nice.
Well, the only way you can do that seems to be by boosting.
Hammer time.
Yeah, dude. But I really like some of the ideas in this map for sure. I think with a better consideration for the player's brain for the visuals, so that we don't have a bit of a headache trying to figure out where things are, would definitely help level this map up. And I would love to see some more stuff like that in the future. I think the broken areas, like you were saying, it's probably a bit much to have so many of these broken areas, but I like that. You can leverage them to use grenades through. So I would just say, like, if those broken areas aren't obvious, well, if they aren't useful, if they can't be used for useful grenades, either remove them or light them very differently so that they don't look visually important, I guess. And that will help the other ones to stand out a bit more. And for the timing thing, I don't know. I get the feeling that the map maker wanted to have ways to end rounds very quickly. But the problem then is that, I mean, for one, you don't get to experience anything else on the map if that happens. And for another, it feels like I don't know. I don't think I would, even if I won a round that quickly, based on the very quick rotations, I probably wouldn't feel good about it, I guess, if that makes any sense. It probably wouldn't be fun.
Feel very rewarding.
Yeah, it wouldn't feel particularly satisfying. Even if it was like a hard gunfight, because there are some interesting angles over there that you can show skill in doing, but it doesn't feel like you got a complete
that's
experience.
Pretty smart, actually. I was wondering why this little gate is here, but it's to block this jump from here.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I like it.
Hey, source water.
Nice.
It's fucked.
Oh. Yeah, the flow map is a little wonky.
So yeah, that was your statue. I also think that there's a lot of props that look like they are pathable, because they are in other maps, and sometimes even in this map. And then when they aren't, it's really confusing. So yeah, just stabilize the visuals a little bit. But you've got a really interesting layout here. And maybe make some of the pathways a bit less precise in terms of their requirement, so that it feels a bit more natural to go up them, like the board over into A. And yeah, I like what he's done here. Hopefully he's able to get this map to the next level.
Very cool ideas. And it feels fresh theme-wise too, actually. Like, despite being somewhat similar to Cobblestone, it still feels like its own theme.
Right.
Being in a forest and all. Like, I'm surrounded by trees, and it's kind of feels unique.
Yeah, there's even a mountain over there. One of the things that you'd get out of putting a Squink door or something that has to make an audio cue in order to join the spawns is that you can then use this as a jump spot.
Mm.
You have to make noise to do it, but you could also, I guess, boost over.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Sick.
So yeah, I think that would add a lot of tactical depth, and you wouldn't have to worry about getting rushed every single round. I mean, you still have to worry about it in theory, but you'll have a bit of an advance warning. Which,
Yeah.
I mean, I could even see T's like shooting it open or making the sound cue and then fucking off and going somewhere else just for the mind game. That's what I would do a lot, or at least sometimes. So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff, though.
Right. I will be right back. I need some water.
All right. Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom too, so we'll both take a BRB.
Together we can do this.
Weird FPS drop just looking at this. Oh, it's when everything over here is drawn, it looks like. Roma. So how you guys doing, chat? Hope everything is well.
All right, I'm back.
Hi.
I'm in the wrong team. Hi.
Okay, so this is Mildew by ExtraCheesePie and krimzonko. ExtraCheesePie is probably
Mostar.
Avernus, but oh, check that out, dude.
So this is probably situated in the UK because they're driving on the left side.
Wow, that's a clever way to recycle the cars. Because you won't see that from any point in the map.
Yeah.
Or anything. Can't you just teleport them?
Oh, you can see it from here, but you can't realize that it's reversing really.
I think you could, just because. Why would they be facing the same angle?
It's hard to make out.
I guess so, yeah. That's funny. Anyway, I think it's in Rome. because of this.
Oh.
But I don't know. Anyway, I think visually it's very... it's got a theme going.
Mm-hmm.
The rocks... Are these from Blackside, I feel like?
I think so. I would say so.
The colors on them are very different than the greenery that's in the buildings and stuff. Like over here and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the props... I feel like I get the feeling that maybe there's... Some of these props have like they vary wildly in texture resolution and like quality and stuff. So it feels a little...
Are your FPS dropping as well?
Yeah, it's when you're looking towards that water tower over there.
Oh, yeah.
If you walk further enough, it'll eventually stop rendering something. But come over here and real quick, because I found a really weird bug. If you stand where I was standing and just knife the rock, does your water change?
No.
Well,
looks good to me.
You can see it on my screen.
Oh. Like the fade over here doesn't work anymore. Oh. Yeah, if I hit the water.
Oh, it happens to you?
Oh no, can you hit the rock again? No. When I hit the water. I'm here too.
Oh.
Seems to be a client issue though. I don't see it when you do it.
Yeah,
I see when
okay. Yeah, it's weird. Source water, dude. It's always source water. Alright, let's actually look at the map anyway.
Yeah. Kind of mill.
One thing that gets me...
Mildew.
Mildew, yeah. One thing that gets me so far is that you have to walk over here and then backtrack just to get up to this upper area, but...
U-shapes.
Once you're here, I think it looks really good. This stuff seems like it might have been taken from Swamp. Is what it's reminding me of.
Yeah, it looks similar. Yeah, I just wanted to say it reminded me of Left 4 Dead.
Ah, okay.
Which is also one of the main references for Swamp, I guess.
Right. Yeah, the saw blade over here and stuff as well.
Yeah, might be some Swamp stuff in there.
Well,
yeah.
Swamp looks pretty decent in most of its areas, I think. So.
Oh, spawn is here.
This is an interesting spawn.
Huh. I wanna go to the site. So here's something I like right off the bat, that you can peek this angle from 2 different elevations.
Yes, and you can also jump
retake
spot or
jump
boost if you wanted to over the door.
It's pretty cool.
So this is the bomb site. Some pretty clear,
you
safe
plant the bomb
plans
to destroy your FPS.
Oh, is that what happened?
I have really low FPS on
yeah.
this gun.
Looking at this angle right here.
In this area, yeah. But anyway, feels pretty nice actually. Okay, so you can boost up here onto the mill. Then you have a different angle to approach site. The entrances feel very tight though. I wish there was a little bit more space.
Very easy to get funneled. Yeah, that's for sure. What about utility?
Like you almost need to split. You almost need to split up because you can't play either of those choke points with just one player. With 2 players. Sorry, because it's so limited in space. I do like the theme though. Even though it doesn't make sense in all areas. I think it looks really good. The water is very fast here.
Smoke!
I found 2 smokes for over there. What's fast water?
Yeah, here.
Ah! Holy shit. The Flash. Alright, so I think this was the lineup. Pretty comfortably smokes you off. I don't even know if you can... Okay, you can... You're not safe from a boosted player with that.
There's the door.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
that changes everything. That changes everything. Okay.
Oh, did you think the only way is on the site where...
Yeah,
the
those
area we were
through
just in?
or through city spawn. Okay, that makes a lot of sense now.
Hey, check this out. From my... Come back to where I'm standing.
Oh. Source water.
I guess that's just them culling it for that area. It's possible to self-boost yourself from that. So...
Also changes it a bit. I don't like that I need to jump up here. Or get stuck. Yeah, I wish that was a little bit smoother.
Oh, yeah, there's like a little bit of a... You have to like walk on the outside, basically. That could easily be resolved.
I like this entrance, though. Feels very unique. Can't
It feels
really
like you
stay
should
up here
be-
because this is so bangable.
Yeah, I like that this is a wall bangable area. It feels like you should be able to walk along this area.
Yeah, I would just remove that.
Either remove it or actually make it an area, because it's probably really
I don't know
annoying
if you
to...
want that.
If it was an area, it would be really challenging in that respect. I would also say that as a T coming in, this area, the upraised area, looks like a window that might be playable,
Able, yeah.
and that could probably be...
So
I
bright
don't.
in the
I like the
background.
idea of it being open still, but maybe lighting-wise, there's got to be some way to make it look less demanding or less important, basically. Because it even seems like I should be able to spam somebody through the, you know what I mean? Like there's so many things that line up there, so. But. Yeah, I like this area a lot, and then you can jump over to get onto the site very quickly and change your position.
I'm planted.
So. Yeah. Bomb site feels really good. Cover is like in particular positions, like a CT. Since the CTs get here a lot sooner, you have to worry about somebody being all the way pushed up as well. And so that's like this area. This is completely not gameplay space, but the door being open is very... The lighting is also very tough for that area, yeah. I'm also getting an error. If I'm looking at the spammable spot, I think it's because of my bullet holes. If I walk further back enough, it shows through. So
Oh, okay.
it's just very minor, I guess. But.
My gut feeling. So I've not played this map, of course, but my gut feeling tells me that this is a little bit strong for CTs. The fact that you can boost up here by yourself. Because you immediately gain the high ground advantage that usually Ts have to push through the site.
Dude, there's so much shit in this map. Holy moly. Look at this.
What is that? Where are we?
Wow.
Yeah, so all of that feels a little bit overly complex.
Well, it feels like it would make a bit more sense if Okay, so it's basically an instant flank for the door position. Or an instant rotation. It's probably to solve a timing issue, if I had to guess. You drop down here and you get in a position. To hold T coming up from
the beginning of the round.
The window, yeah. But I'm not sure... Do you really need that? Because if we're over here and we just spawn and walk there normally, I feel like you're still here way sooner. Like, okay, I'll...
on the high ground, that is.
If you want to go to T-spawn and try to get onto the window that you jump through after you go up the stair. So we'll go 4650 here. Yeah, I'm here a solid 3 seconds. 3 or 4 seconds earlier. So I'm not sure what the point is of the... Because with those 3 seconds, I could also drop down and take this lower position if I wanted to. So I'm not sure what the point of the drop is. I guess it in a late round position if T's take the area and they want to split from there. But then they've probably already won, so... If they have, like, CT control. So yeah, I don't know. Cool idea, but I don't see how it figures into the whole map.
Yeah, overall, I actually like the map.
Yeah, I think it's really cool overall. Some visual bugs and some interesting, questionable decisions in certain areas, but I think the bomb site's really well done.
FPS.
And yeah, FPS optimization issues for sure. The movement options are really good. You know, you could smooth out some pathing and stuff, some clipping here and there.
Yeah.
You could fix up some visuals so that things that aren't actually impactful for gameplay aren't highlighted as much. Appears to be a...
But overall, I don't see any like major issues with that map. I think it's in the nuances.
Yeah.
It might need some more work, but...
Yeah, I mean, like, the weird thing is that the Ts have such a long time to get to the bomb site, right? The rotations are really long. So I would worry that maybe the CTs might get bored by playing, like, holding specific things and having to wait so long for the Ts to get there. So you might move the Ts, the T-spawn to this area. Obviously, the downside is that then you lose out on any meaning for this area to be here, and it seems like a very like picturesque element of the map is the little bridge is very thematic. So maybe if you wanted to incorporate that better, you could have a road that leads up to another door in here or something. But I do think that the T timing should be a little bit better from what I'm seeing. Like it feels like as a CT, I would just be sitting there. Like at least 5 seconds of my time would be spent waiting for the Ts to show up.
Yeah.
And, you know, for the majority of rounds, probably. So yeah. But yeah, I think it's a really good map. You know, the bomb site's really nice.
I would like to play it.
A bit odd that I can't jump up here, because visually it looks like I should be able to. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I just suck. What do
It's a little bit hard. Could be easy. I don't know if it has to be that hard. It also makes for a weird head peek here.
Yeah, I mean, I can just do this
Defensive.
if I wanted to jump on there, but it still seems weird.
Oh, here, yeah. Oh, that's just as hard.
Well, certainly a lot to unpack here. Pretty cool stuff.
I also like the color coding that's going on in this map. So you have the red bricks here, and on the other side of the map, it's more like white or grayish textures.
Yeah, yeah. You even have like the rusty red on the water wheel. Although
the CT area feels a little bit more yellowish.
This red brick area could probably... It seems like its lighting is off. It's not accepting a shadow from
Yeah,
the wheel or something. But
a little off.
yeah, in general, it seems like it was... They balanced out the colors pretty well. So yeah, I think with just a few small tweaks and obviously optimizations and highlighting or not highlighting the wrong areas, but highlighting the right areas instead, stuff like that could improve this a lot. I don't know what to do about the timing issues because you obviously want that bridge there for visuals, but
One more thing that I would like to mention here. Initially, when approaching this area as a T, I'm not even aware that behind that is a path that leads to the bomb site.
oh right. So when we come out here,
That's also the route we found last.
yeah.
Because of the door from the other side, I would have never checked here. So maybe there can be some, I don't know, some hints, maybe arrows, like make it cheap. I don't know.
Yeah,
But it's not very obvious that there's something behind that.
it's not obvious unless you boost up there, right? Like there's that's the only way that you can tell that there's another door or another pathway over there. And even then, if we look at like the other stuff about this, we've got the lighting over here to an area that doesn't do anything. We've got the double doors that have pure black behind them, basically, from that angle. So, in a way, they stand out in a different way, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because the doors, the gate itself is very well lit. So, it's a high contrast that draws our eyes there. We do have this lighting over here that makes us think maybe there's something. But yeah. So you wouldn't know to even worry about CTs in this angle, which is definitely an issue. But yeah, it's still a map that I'd like to do a couple of rounds on, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Excited to see what ends up being changed, if anything. So, you still want to pop into Calavera, or?
Yeah, let's do it quickly.
Let's do it.
Come on, let's go.
Oh shit! Particles!
Nice.
And ammo. So this is Calavera by Squink and T-Rexer, two of the men behind Frostbite.
Frostbite.
Together we can do this.
Double dipping,
It's
of
your
course.
favorite thing again.
Yes, this is not even a chest high wall, dude. This is nothing. Yeah, maybe a fence or something that gets busted through. I don't know. What do you got over there? 1.6. Looks like Mirage.
No. Yeah, source.
Oh,
Though.
it's Source. When Source pictures are downscaled to such a resolution.
Oh,
that
it's a picture from Frostbite. Or the same
It's
artist.
Yeah, the same signature. Cool. All right, so let's take a look. Now, this map had a very thematic set of screenshots or something, so I actually thought it was going to be a lot more artsy than, like, stylized, I guess, because it had all of the, like, the skulls and stuff from the images that I saw, so pretty interesting. The one thing I would say is that this whole area is very much just for flavor, it seems. It's not for gameplay. Which I guess is fine, but maybe it's like for saving or something in a post plan or something like that.
Yeah. Initially, it confused me when I loaded the map in the first time. Because you have in the background this church-esque looking structure.
Yeah, it looks very.
And some details with the huts. So it kind of draws me there right away, and then I'm kind of stuck because I need to backtrack over
Maybe
to the stairs.
a cheap way to address that would be to have a ladder or something
Yeah,
But
like make it accessible from the other side.
yeah, pretty much.
But that also might mess with gameplay. I don't know. Did you have a weird angle into this area or something like that?
I think you're still entering into the area from either side, so it would really only affect like lurks or post-plant savings.
Yeah.
So the bomb site itself is down there, it looks like. It's this whole brick. Interesting. I like the balcony area that we have over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that's accessible. Yeah. Really cool movement options.
Yep. Like it a lot.
Yeah, this is really nice that we
Even
can...
from down here.
We have to commit to
Think-
jumping down for a post plant, and after that there's... How many ways are there to get back up? Is it just this area?
Yeah, I think it's just this area and the stairs. And the ladder, actually. If you go back here, doors, you can get up the ladder.
Oh, right, okay. One thing I would say is that you've got the crates to jump back up. There's a lot of jumping
here,
involved
Yep.
to do that. Maybe on... This might make stuff really confusing. Oh, it looks like I can do this. Never mind. I was going to suggest allowing to boost players up to this position, but you already can just do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is a lot of jumping, though. It's like 4
Yeah.
jumps just to get up there.
Takes a lot of time too, and in Wingman, like, plays very hectic.
Yeah.
So, kind of dangerous to do that.
I'm not sure if there's a... Yeah, I'm not sure if there's like a lot... I just saw a random skybox issue, but I'm not sure if there's a lot of cases where you'd even be able to successfully do that, because you have to. I'm pretty sure you have to make noise for a lot of the
Yep.
jumps, but at least when you are down here, like there's this whole dedicated under balk area for you to play around with the cover. So if you do get a plant down, there's like a very local area that you can immediately pivot towards.
Yeah, so easily flushed out from there.
There's some bottles of something and a sigil,
Look
Ah.
down.
and then some green min and some map credits. The one thing I would say is that this area is... It actually looks like there should be some sort of context for that, but I'm not sure. It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Like some gameplay connection there. But... Sup,
I wish
Wake
it was
Boy?
intact and breaks when the bomb explodes or something like that.
Dude, what we need is maps that just have actual destruction when the bomb goes off. Chlorine had that, I think. When you blew up the A-bomb site, I think it was.
Yeah.
Or no, it was the B. It was the temple one. Sneak temple.
Oh, when you plant the bomb and the flashing
Yeah, but
eyes.
after it detonates, the temple starts collapsing. Like pieces of it fall down.
Oh, I've never seen that actually.
It's also how like Mutiny has the really deep voiced guy that screams every time you blow the bomb up for some reason. I don't know why.
I can tell you the reason.
Oh, okay.
There is a bucket on that bomb site, like close to the bomb site. When you shoot that bucket into the chimney that's next to it, then it triggers this sound, and the bomb probably with the
Oh, with the
explosion pushes
I think
it
it
into-
happens no matter which site you plant, though.
oh, okay.
But maybe I could be wrong. I don't remember too much. But yeah, this map feels really like somehow they've made a very open map. I mean, this area, it even has arrows pointing to it that make you think you might be able to jump in here. So like some more separation in that respect would be nice. But it's really like they've made a map that's very open, that despite the fact that it's just 2 players versus 2 players, it still doesn't feel like it's too big for my money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you jump up here to gain a different angle. I guess there's not really much of a reason for it now that I think about it, but is there a way to... Can I boost you into that window?
No, but we can look through, I guess, some areas.
It's
Or
unfortunate.
clipped off, I guess. But we can check using R. Draw clip brush 2. Yeah. Just solid.
Unfortunate. Well, it could be really cool to see some more... okay, so you can plant on the upper part of this. This is clearly like the centerpiece here, this monument.
Mm-hmm.
You can plant on the lower bit over here as well. But not the upper box with the pallet on it.
Movement on top here feels a little bit janky. With the
Oh yeah, because the borders stop you from...
coffins.
Yeah, they would need to be flipped over or something, I guess. I guess you'd have to add a whole clip, like a couple units above where we're currently standing to make it more solid.
And it wouldn't be very noticeable because of the foliage.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really like the X, by the way, in case you needed a spot. I really like the bomb site. I think there's a lot of really interesting gunfights that can happen once that's taken. I think that, excuse me, the fact that we have so many different... is this door shut by default?
Yes.
Okay. Really interesting idea to have the T's be able to use that to get up if they didn't go up to begin with as like a pivot. So you can essentially, basically you have a decision to make as you're coming in to this area. You can try to flank CT by jumping up here, which isn't, I guess, immediately noticeable because, I mean, for me, because of the lighting. You can also just go in here and then come out. So you can flank CT in a couple of different ways. Or you can go towards the bomb site, and you can either go up or use the door, depending on what you find between there. Like, if your teammate goes another way and he gets a kill, maybe you want to just go straight through the bomb site then.
Yeah.
But maybe if he dies, or if he doesn't get a kill but he spots info, you might want to go up the ladder. So, like, the fact that you can adapt to different scenarios is really cool, in my opinion. And that you still have the freedom to do so, even during the, well after you've already gone down one part of a path.
It generally feels like that both teams have a lot of options, actually. A lot of different ways to play it around. Without being it overwhelming for the other team.
Yeah, because the map is big enough that the entry points are far enough away from the bomb site so that you will either hear them walking or running, or they'll walk and take a long time. So there's like a lot of freedom without it being too punishing, basically.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I'm a pretty big fan already. I can see why this map was added to the game, even though it wasn't yet activated for whatever reason. I wonder if they're waiting for something.
I don't know. I was expecting it to, like, if any wingman map at all, I was expecting this one to be added to the game first, to be honest.
Selling yourself short there. We all know that Guard won everything. Valve and the contest. First place, $500,000.
That's not even true. Jesus Christ.
That's my new bit ever since Flashpoint started handing out 500K first place. That's what I say now. If you won anything, you win 500,000. But yeah, I am surprised that like they even have the logo in there that says like Calavera or whatever community map and in the game files, but it hasn't officially been added yet. I think honestly, like if we're gonna talk about maps that could or should be added, I would love to see like after Mildew gets some updates, especially optimization ones. I'd love to see that map in. I think that would be a really cool one.
Yeah.
So
There are a bunch of potentially really good wingman maps. Not only from the last contest, but also from the one before. And
was there a
some
wingman contest in
maps are-
2019?
I don't know if it was 2019. Might have been 2018.
Oh, is that the one where
Yeah.
Akihabara was in? There was some contest for that?
Might have been. I think it was like Pit Stop, Bell,
Yes,
Station.
Yeah, I
those are
really
the
like
ones
Pit
that
Stop.
I
That's a good one.
that I remember.
I wonder when the next mapping contest is going to be. It'll be really interesting. Imagine all the streams, Pullman. Imagine. So many streams.
Yeah, we're running out of content here.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe it? We only have fucking... I don't even know how many I have selected right now. It's like over 20 still left, so...
Yeah, but the only criticism that I would give this map would be the separation between playable space and non-playable space in a few areas. Apart from that, I think it's a really, really good map.
Yeah, I've had a few suggestions when I was running around here. Obviously, up here, the movement is rocky, like you said.
Yeah.
It looks like you might even be able to run boost a guy from here onto there, although it would be pretty... Alright, I guess I'll jump on your head, and then we'll go. You suck. Here, I'll do it. Get over there.
Oh, it's probably a ping issue.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I didn't even think about that. You mean you don't have zero ping?
Nope.
I have 5 ping to my own server, if that makes you feel any better. Somehow I have latency. Looks like there's a decent number of...
Dead people.
Oh yeah, that too. I was gonna say decent number of spawn points. Oh shit! Dude, these skulls have collision. Well, there you go.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good one.
Yep.
Can't wait for it to be added. We'll definitely be playing some games on it for sure. And yeah. Well, thanks very much, Pullman, for joining me for another one. And we'll have to figure out a time to finish this whole series up, because we only have about 20 left or whatever. So
Sounds great.
maybe 3 or 4 more streams, and then we'll be taken care of. Yeah, can you believe let's see how many we even did here. 1, 2. Yeah, we did 10. This was the 10th one today, so that was pretty big.
Nice.
So
Speed running that one.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I think that'll do it for us today. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. Thanks for all the follows. I'll catch you guys later on. And yeah, bye.
Bye bye.